Hello, my name is Raluca Georgescu and we are here at GPeC Summit, the most important e-commerce event in Romania. I'm here with our guest speaker, John Ekman, the founder of Conversionista, the #1 conversion optimization company in Sweden. Hi, John.
Hi.
Your presentation title was What did e-tailers learn from retailers? Absolutely nothing. How come?
I don't know how come. I just know that it seemed like there was a hype around the internet and e-commerce and so on. So a lot of new people got on to that, and there was this general tendency that you couldn't learn anything from the past. This was all new. Like the old rules didn't apply. So I usually say there's a big psychology experiment on the planet. Every day people go into stores and we learn about how to persuade them to do to shop and to go and check out and things like that. But a lot of people that went into e-commerce, they thought, no, that's not important for what we do. That's another thing. It's another world. So
They thought it was more like technology, or
yeah, e-commerce is driven a lot from technology. Even the things that we do, we are 16 people in Sweden. We are, like you said, the top company. I would say almost the only company in Sweden that does this at a scale. And there's only, I would say, Andre, who was also a speaker here today, Andre Morris from WebArts. He has the biggest conversion optimization consultancy on the planet, and they're like 40 people. So it's nothing. If you look at the people that work with e-commerce, they have hundreds or thousands of consultants, but they are still, I usually say, they are building the railroad. They're just doing the infrastructure part. And we are trying to make the trains go faster, but e-commerce is still they're stuck at building railroads. That's the state of e-commerce, in my opinion.
okay. And how about omni-commerce, omni-channel, and the fact that the two channels should work together?
Yeah, I mean, it's maybe that could be the momentum that gets the principles of merchandising and space and category management into online stores, but I doubt it in the short term, because that's also driven by technology now. It becomes another technology issue. When we ask people, can we come and work with your optimization and increase your sales? They say, oh, that's a wonderful idea. The only thing, we are launching a mobile site this quarter, so not this quarter. And then we are adding iPads in the store the next quarter. So maybe next year you can come back. So actually omni-channel right now is stopping us from doing more optimization, because people need to build more railroad tracks before they can talk to us.
And have you found any cool examples? I mean, online shops who don't think like this? I mean, who don't focus on the technology, who really focus on commerce?
I guess Amazon is the best example, just because they are testing so much. They did 1,976 A/B tests on Amazon.
That's what I wanted to get. So A/B tests could get us closer to commerce and not to technology.
What I try to do, testing is about doing tests, executing tests, but it's also about finding the right hypothesis. What are the ideas that we can test? And what I try to do today with my presentation, which I hopefully succeeded with, was to give people new ideas that they could test. It's obvious, for example, that you can't put the milk at the back of the store on an e-commerce site, but if you have this idea about the order of things do matter, so what do we put first and second? And I think a lot of people, they don't think like that. So I need to I want to wake people up to those ideas.
Okay. At the moment in Romania, on the e-commerce market, there's a real hype about A/B testing. Everybody wants to do A/B testing. There are a lot of A/B testing tools.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, when is an A/B test conclusive? Because many online shops want to do it, but they don't really get any conclusions from them. So maybe it's exactly what you said, not the right hypothesis.
Exactly, So I usually say that in early markets, like possibly Romania, A/B testing is like sex in high school. It's like everybody's talking about it, but nobody's actually done it.
It's exactly.
So they're eager to do it, and if you ask them, they say that they have done it, but when you scratch on the surface, no, they didn't do it. And I think when you start with A/B testing, one of the typical pitfalls that people do they do what we call shotgun approach. It's they don't work on the hypothesis. I read a blog where they took away their shopping cart, this and there, and they removed this, added this, they changed. So you get all these ideas and you put them in the big bucket, and then you just throw them at the website and see if it sticks. You just you're doing random testing, and then if you don't have a sound method, you don't work on your hypothesis. If you don't use another thing that I tried to do here today was looking at this model with a funnel and trying to I want people to ask themselves, what is my biggest problem? Is my biggest problem that people don't stay on the site? Is my biggest problem that people don't add things to the cart? Is my biggest problem that people don't find products? You know, where do I have my conversion problem? So if you start in the end of thinking like, where's my biggest conversion problem? And if I look at it really closely, what are the hypotheses that I could create in a structured method to give results? Then you will see the results. If you buy an A/B testing tool and you take random A/B testing ideas and show them that's not going to do it for you, you will have potentially some luck in the beginning, but that can also be bad for you. Let's say that you do an A/B test and you get like 300% increase in conversion. It's like amazing, we're going to do A/B testing. But if you don't have a method, you can't repeat that. So you go to your boss and he asks you, well, what should we expect from A/B testing? Well, 300%, because that's what we got from this test. And now you have set a stretch goal of 300%, and you're not going to be able to deliver on that. So 9 months later...
A/B test, A/B test.
Yeah. So 9 months later, your boss will come back and say, where's my 300%, you know? And now you're in a problem again, you know?
Okay, I have one more curiosity. You were saying in the beginning of your presentation that an inspiration for you was Team Ash in conversion optimization.
Yeah.
Could you give us a few more examples of specialists in conversion optimization that you are following?
Yeah, definitely. I think the top, it has developed into this small little club of like 20 people that we go around the world and speak at conferences. And I think the one that has the best blog, I think most well-read blog is Pep Laja from Conversion Excel. I think that blog is really good. So, and he's also a really good speaker. And another energetic guy which has done a lot of testing is Craig Sullivan, which he has been a speaker at my conference a couple of times. And then I also think from a psychology and copywriting, understanding users, that kind of thing, I take a lot of inspiration from Brian Eisenberg. He has a new book out now called Buyer Legends, which is only like $3 on if you buy it for the Kindle version.
About storytelling in e-commerce.
About storytelling in creating personas. I think a lot of the stuff that I do when I look back, I think not in just testing ideas, but basically building the overall framework of how you work and how you analyze and understand customer behavior. I've taken a lot of inspiration from Brian Eisenberg. He's a very clever man.
Okay. Thank you, John. Thanks a lot.